Hey guys, what's going on? Coming at you with a Tuesday morning video. So today I really wanted to talk about a stock I talked about a lot in the past. I've actually kind of took a break from buying this stock. I'll get into in this video to why I stopped really averaging costs down in this stock. But the stock I want to talk about today is Voyager Digital. Ticker is VYGVF. This is my second biggest crypto play behind Coinbase. It's a way smaller market cap. I think the opportunity, there's a better risk reward in this stock versus Coinbase, but I like both. Obviously, Coinbase is way bigger. They had a Super Bowl commercial this year. They're a little bit more well-known and well-established and have a little bit more capital. But I think there's space for plenty of players in the future in the crypto space. So I kind of just want to have my hands in, I look at Voyager and Coinbase as the two best public crypto companies, one being a large cap or mid cap and then one being a super small cap. So kind of want to have my hands in both. So, but at the same time, just because this is a smaller cap company, I don't want to put too much weight in my portfolio for the stocks. That's why I haven't talked about it recently, but I feel like with what happened yesterday, it's kind of just notified to just bring up and talk about. So if you haven't watched my previous videos, I'm a long-term investor. I believe that's the best way to gain wealth. We have a very, very, very unique opportunity in the market right now. And I just wanted to kind of share my thoughts on Voyager right now. So they completed 36 million consumer transactions as a company, which is a really big accomplishment for how small this company was about a year and a half ago. Nobody even knew who they were. They're a top app in the App Store as far as crypto brokerages. 80% of this 36 million consumer transactions, 80% of it came within the last 12 months. So it tells you how fast they're scaling out and how fast they're growing and how they're getting their company basically out there, brand awareness. The CEO also came out and said he sees increased engagement and healthy growth, which is crazy to say in this kind of market, because when the market's correcting and there's bear markets in the S&P and NASDAQ and Russell and all that stuff, people usually sell their most risk on assets, which you could argue crypto is, or maybe even Voyager, the stock, is very risk on. So people are kind of fleeing to safety. They were buying Apple, Microsoft, Google, a lot of the large caps, maybe even Tesla. And now we see them starting to fall. But it just shows you how, they're still seeing increased engagement. They see healthy growth, which is great. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin's been floating around 40,000 for the past couple months. Ethereum's been around that 4,000, 3,800 range for the past 4 months. So crypto really hasn't even been doing anything. The two biggest players, it's just been stagnant. So it's just crazy to imagine when Bitcoin hits 52-week highs, or Ethereum hits 52-week highs, or we get more onto a risk on market. Just think about this stock and just crypto in general. It's very exciting. So really now is the time, when there's a lot of fear in the market and, the VIX is over 35 and, that's not sustainable long-term. It's just a great time to kind of buy a stock like this, in my opinion. So their earnings are 5/16. So it's a couple weeks out at this point. I think it's obviously 2 weeks out. So, we might get some momentum depending on how the market sentiment is and going into their earnings, because it is a severely beat down stock right now. It did have a 7% rally yesterday. Really all crypto assets did, but this one was my biggest mover in my portfolio. The current share price, which is completely insane, it's $3.61 or 51 cents, whatever. It's $3.50 or 60 cents. It's crazy because this stock was, $24, $28 a year ago. So, if you get back up to $20 even, that's a 6-7x. So you can make some serious money if you believe in Voyager and you believe in the management team and you believe crypto is going to be a thing, and they can get back there. So that's a serious risk reward, especially where I think this industry is going. My cost base is $8.89. So I'm severely down off this cost base, but I was buying this stock around $16 to $18. I started my position, and then I just slowly drove it down to $8.59. Just because it's a small cap and it's a riskier play, I want to kind of keep my position to a certain amount. So right now it's my top 10 or 9 account of 17 stocks I own. I'm not looking to make this position bigger until I see a market turnaround or more risk on. Maybe I'll do it, but I'm really happy with my cost base. I'm really happy with my, my positioning in my portfolio, and really yeah, it's down a lot, but I'm really not sweating it, because I know one day This management team will execute. Crypto is going to be much bigger than what it is now. We just need a little more regulations and get, people behind it. Maybe they're a little stubborn. So like, I just believe in it long term. I think as the metaverse rolls out, they're gonna partner with a lot of people, and this stock will be an easy $25+ stock in the future, minimum, like easy. Or if they get into a major index, because right now they're an OTC stock, or a pink sheet stock, excuse me. So it's not readily available for trading everywhere. Just, there's so much opportunity there, and that's a 3-4x from where I'm at now. So I'm super happy with that. Dow is down Dow was up 0.2%. S&P was up 0.5%. NASDAQ was up 1.6% yesterday. And my portfolio actually did great. It was up 2.9%. This is kind of my chart of the market yesterday, the NASDAQ. So it opened red, and then it rallied in the early AM. Then around lunch to like 3 p.m. Eastern time, it was down. I'm like, oh God, it's gonna be a bad day. It's gonna be red today. It's gonna be red tomorrow into the CPI meeting, the Fed meeting Wednesday. And it totally did a U-turn and finished up like all-time highs for the day. So this is exactly why I don't like day trading, and I kind of like holding my positions. If the deals are good and the valuations make sense, you buy stocks. So this is exactly why I do it. So I finished out pretty well yesterday. I mean, obviously we're below the 0% fib line in the QQQ, which is where I drew at like 318, I believe it is. So we're right around it right now, which is good. I mean, we kissed it a couple times yesterday, and then we finally broke it at the end of close, which is good. Hopefully we rally into a green day tomorrow to have hopeful thinking about the CPI information. So Wednesday at 2 p.m. or 2:30 p.m. Eastern time, the Fed speaks about how much they're going to hike, and maybe they'll talk about the next couple meetings. It's probably obviously going to be a 0.5 point raise, and then hopefully June and July are 0.5 points. There is some market sentiment baked in right now about a 0.75% hike in June and July. But I think inflation hit its peak last month. We'll see once we see that report come out. I'm thinking it's going to be sub 8% for inflation year over year. Next report we get this month, so we'll see. Obviously last month was 8.5%. So if we get that inflection point and start heading down, it's going to take some hawkishness off from the Fed, and they might be a little more dovish to kind of get this market going again, in my opinion, just because people are real freaked out about recessions and all that stuff. So it's kind of my thoughts. If you guys like this video, I'm trying to get 800 subs by the end of this month. It's much appreciated if you guys hit the like button, subscribe. Till tomorrow, peace.